Outrage is growing after a cruise ship guard shot and killed a polar bear. This image just might be disturbing to many. A German cruise company says the polar bear attacked a guard during a tour of the Arctic. The company says another guard then shot and killed the bear in self-defense. The injured guard was airlifted out with head injuries and is in stable condition. This happened on Norway's remote northern island known as the Realm of the Polar Bear. It's halfway between Norway and the North Pole. Joining me now to discuss, wildlife expert Jeff Corwin. Jeff, good to see you. What's your reaction to this?
Well, Frederica, it's incredibly tragic. And what really is most disturbing about this is that polar bears, despite their prowess, Frederica, and their great size and strength, their ability to survive in one of the most hostile ecosystems on the planet, they are critically endangered and are slipping towards extinction. So when there's only 25,000 polar bears left on the planet, everyone matters.
And we don't know all of the circumstances of how this happened, just generically that, you know, one guard was attacked and another guard then shot and killed. But so many other questions arise. And, you know, you're pinpointing on their vulnerability. And when you talk about, you know, a population of animals that are really under distress, you know, I mean, talk to me about that, how that species is under distress, whether it's because of the climate or whether it's because of, you know, dwindling food supply, and how that might have altered the behavior, potentially even of this animal at the sight of humans.
Frederica, you bring up a lot of interesting points. This is a species that you've just said, accurately so, is under distress. It is being stressed because its environment is changing because of warming seas. The perennial ice that these bears depend upon has all but disappeared. This is ice that's supposed to be there permanently. A polar bear has the ability to swim 60 miles a day, yet they are drowning in open water because the ancient ice they relied on as a species has gone away. So yes, oftentimes we now found polar bears foraging and hunting for foods that they normally would not be. But this is polar bear habitat, Frederica. This is a place where we know they live. So when you are in this ecosystem as a tourist or as an explorer, as a scientist, you have the responsibility to follow the protocols to ensure that you stay safe and you don't interfere with the wild behavior of polar bears.
And that's at the core of a lot of the angry response online, of people saying, wait a minute, the polar bear is in its habitat. You know, tourists come along, their lives are threatened, or the guard's life is threatened, and then the only alternative is to, you know, kill. So another question is, some ask, why not a tranquilizer if there is that feeling, you know, that guards or, you know, tourists' lives might be in danger as well?
Right. That's an interesting question. And why not use a tranquilizer? I think if they were in that desperate situation where life and limb was at stake, they took the most drastic decision one could take. I will tell you that it's no easy task using a tranquilizer. Sometimes it requires multiple shots to sedate the animal. I have actually worked on Planet in Peril. We filmed polar bears in the Arctic, and it was quite a challenge to work with these remarkable creatures. But, you know, to your earlier point, discussed really how critically endangered they are. When I think of polar bears, I think of the ultimate iconic symbol of the Arctic ecosystem. And what really breaks my heart today is we now live in a world where we don't prioritize species as much. Our own government isn't focusing under the Trump administration to protect species like previous administrations. So not only are these animals under stress from natural changes, from man-made changes, but also from a Department of Interior that doesn't embrace their importance like we have in the past. Very important creatures, a lot of lessons learned here. When you're in their home, their backyard, have to respect them and their space.
Jeff Corwin, thanks so much for being with us. Appreciate it.